In the meantime, while I'm not doing that, I'm having a lot of fun with some 22s. So that's what this video is about. I'm going to try to do a video in the style of rimfire SS, precision, pursuit of accuracy, and we're going to talk about precision 22s and why you should get a Ruger precision RPR over something else maybe. We're going to test them. CZ457 MTR versus Ruger precision RPR. Welcome to Man Time. Okay, so here is the deal. I went to shoot my Ruger 1022 and gave it a good cleaning, and it was shooting about 4 to 5 MOA, and my wife started shooting it, and she was having some fun with it, but it was like, if we're going to be shooting 4 to 5 MOA, you know, it reduces the fun, right? You want to be on target every time. So in comes a Ruger Precision RPR. My Navy buddy was up here. We actually extended the range to 300 yards, and he was looking at this gun. I was looking at a CZ457 MTR, doing a lot of research on it. That kind of seems to be the one. Pursuit of accuracy, you know, calls it the GOAT. And so, I mean, that was kind of like the thing. Like, you see somebody with, you know, a $5,000 22 caliber rifle, and you're like, okay, this guy definitely knows what he's talking about. You know, wall of guns, you know, all 22s and stuff. So I was like, okay, well, that makes a lot of sense. But I was at the gun store. I saw this on the shelf for $549, and I was able to put a scope on it and get a little barrel extension, get an extra clip, get a bunch of rounds, you know, buy the scope mounts, things like that, all for under about $1,000. And then you look at the MTR, it's about $1,000 without any little parts and pieces on it. And so I was like, man, the Ruger RPR, my buddy's right, that's going to be the gun to have, because that's the one he was looking at, that's the one he was telling me about. And there's some kind of like subpar reviews on it, but mine has been shooting very, very good. And funny enough, my MTR is not shooting very, very good. And you would think it would be the opposite, right? So what I've done, I've got 4 different ammo types that are like fairly available ammo. I've got CCI Tactical, CCI AR Tactical, or something to that effect. I've got CCI 22 long rifle subsonics, hollow points. They had those on sale. I've also got Aguila 40 grain, and I've also got Elie club. So if you're going to get all crazy and go down the rabbit hole of like expensive ammo, all of these are like budget ammo that was available, although Elie club, I got some of that at Bass Pro Shop in Dallas. Other than that, you're going to have to go online and get it unless you live in a big city. So, all right, rundown for the guns. I've got the Ruger RPR with a Vortex 4 to 12. This is going to be the Diamondback Tactical. I really like this scope. The dialing is really easy, and with 22s, you're going to need to be doing some dialing. The bullet drop at 200 yards is about 3 feet. Maybe not quite that, but it's pretty darn close. So when you're going from 50 to 100 to 200, you're dialing up like massive amounts. And I'm on the MOA system, which is kind of like the inch system, but not quite, but pretty much. So it's real easy, but with a ballistic calculator and a 22, you can really dial up and dial down. I've got a target set up down there with a camera, and I'm going to shoot 10 shots, or sorry, 5 shot groups with each rifle with the same ammo, and we're going to compare them side by side as we go through here. So we're going to start off with the AR Tactical CCI and the Ruger Precision 1022, and I'll put up a little screen probably up here somewhere that is going to have the target cam, and we'll go through and shoot those 5 shot groups. I'll put 5 down there just to make sure I'm in the ballpark, and then we'll go So the rifles will have 5 shots down, and then we'll do 5, 10, 15 for those 3 5-shot groups. So let's get started. So as we're going through here, I'm going to give you kind of some tips and tricks for how to shoot precision rimfire, precision anything really, bench rest stuff. The most important thing is getting comfortable where you're at, and you know, getting to know the rifle. So I've got some goodies on here. I've got an upgraded grip. I've got a bipod, but I mean, for the most part, that's pretty much it. I got a little level on here. You'll see here in the target, I'm going to be shooting across the top with this one. I've got 15 rounds of CCI AR Tactical, and we'll just start going here. Yeah, you definitely want to have a bag, and you want to have a bag that is comfortable. I'm also going to shoot both guns on 12 power, since this maxes out at 12 power. So first 5-shot group, I'll speed this up a little bit so we can get that grouping done a little bit quicker. That one take a little bit. Go through that one. Okay, move on. This is the and off setting. Okay, no pauses. Alright, one slow down. Anyway, bearing back. Yeah, this one. I'll need a little bit lower. Not much. 100 close. Okay, reach, so go 6 and 5 first. Targeting go far on both. We'll go this one. Oh, I'm talking about. Next. And last group. Like I said, most important thing, get comfortable in where you're at. So I've shot 5 season groups with each rifle, and now we will go straight into it. Let's see here, third one down from the top. And I'll go over the gear on the MTR a little bit on these groups. But CCI subsonic hollow points at 50 yards. I didn't see where that one went. I've got some low groups coming down from the other one. I think this is going to have some high groups. I did try to zero these in on 5 power shots. Okay, there's 5. That's a pretty good group down there. I can't tell from up here, but yeah, the CCI subsonics. It's hard to tell what the lot number is here on this stuff. This was actually a fresh lot that just came in at the gun store, my local gun store. So, yeah, maybe that last group wasn't so good. Last group. It's amazing how the zeros shift. Looks like we got 2 groups on that one. Okay, on to the Aguila 70. That's going to be the yellow stripe box here. And then Elie Club. get comfortable. So first thing, this scope is nowhere near that scope. This scope for $300, there's no parallax, so you're having to adjust and use the turret in the back here to get your focus. And when you do that, sometimes the crosshairs go out of focus. It's nothing compared to that scope. So spend the extra $40, even though it's made in the USA. Maybe that one made in China much better. So, okay, I've got 5 Fowlers. Let's go ahead and get our 5-shot groups. First group. The wind has picked up just a touch here, but we are using the Aguila high velocity 22 LR 40 grain 1255 feet per second at 50 yards. This is pretty much my go-to ammo. I was able to pick up a really good lot of this about a year ago, and yeah, it's pretty good stuff. Okay, here we go. 5 shots. Wow, that's low. See if it comes up. It's one thing about 22s. The shifting zeros is crazy. I mean, you're almost doing yourself a disservice if you don't sight it in, you know, before. Especially if you're going like squirrel hunting or something, you need to sight it in on the day, even though you've taken care to put it in a hard case. And, you know, keep the rifle like you do all of your other rifles, right? Hard case, you know where it's been, everything's Loctited. Zeros just shift on this stuff, and the ammunition. I mean, there's just so many hurdles to actually putting together a 5-shot group. When you see these guys do it on YouTube with their expensive guns, it's a big deal. But like I said, the Aguila does give me, I think, the best chance for success in a clean kill for a squirrel, or just for plinking. As far as budget ammo goes. And it pretty much likes all the guns. Or at least all my guns like it. Okay, I think that was 4. Shit. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. All right, last group. Pretty good. Yeah, for budget ammo, I think pretty much the cheapest ammo that I've shot here today is this Aguila, and I kind of saved it as the middle spot, because when you're talking about like the goat of ammo, this is my goat of the ammo. Just really good for the price. All right, next groups. No, let's go this part here. Let's shoot there. One more. That's fine. All right, so I'm going to break it down. I'm going to break it here. 3, 4. You can see how ammo dependent these guns are. They just start to come alive with certain types of ammo they just don't like. CCI, not great ammo, but apparently Aguila, yellow label, pretty good. All right, moving on, we're going to go to the club. When you're talking about this stuff, it's all kind of relative, right? So I'm using Elie club. It is almost double the price of all the other ammo that I've used, so it should shoot twice as good. And funny enough, that is what I tend to find with the Elie club. So we'll get down there on target. I've already shoot my 5 Fowlers and Sighters, 5 total, and now we will go into the groups. I'm going to go one down from the last groups that we shot with the MTR, second from the bottom, and we'll just see how it goes here. Very little wind right now and today. Still in. All right, here we go. On the MTR. I got Elie club, yards MTR. And okay. 5 groups. All right, 5. I got 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Where's that? All right, last groups. Whoa. That looked like it just threw one like an inch high. Okay, I definitely shot one too many there. I think I've only shot 3 on that one. Who knows? Let's shoot 2 more at that one. That was a bad flyer. Holy crap. They're stringing that way though. Okay, well, you have seen what the rifle's done. I'm going to go ahead and get those measured up, and we'll come back and talk about it. So here is the results all measured up. I've got them circled there so it's a little bit easier to see. You can see the top row there. That's that first group we shot. It was an average of 1.07 with the high being a 0.85, so not too bad. You come down here to the CZ. It had a really horrible first group, 1.5, and then redeemed itself with that 0.47, 1.04. So just slightly better with one really good group that brought that average down. You can see here next on the subsonics, we've got the Ruger RPR with a 0.83 average and the CZ with a 1.25 average. That second group really bad. The CZ did not like that subsonic stuff. Then we come over here to the Aguila. You can see there 0.97. We come down here to the MTR with the Aguila 0.77 with a best of a 0.55. And then we come down here to the club. You can see there the RPR got a 0.72 average and the CZ with a 0.80. So all in all, I mean, the ammo is really the deciding factor for all of these groups. I would say I'm not happy with the results of either of these. You know, after watching all these guys on YouTube just like threading them through a needle and punching holes through the same thing, but they aren't typically running stock stuff. So anyways, that is the episode for today. If you like this type of stuff, make sure to subscribe down there in the comments. Are you spending the extra, you know, $500 plus on the MTR, or you're going to get the Ruger Precision and some better ammo and be able to shoot pretty good the way it, you know, would come out of the store like that? I would recommend definitely getting a better scope than this Vortex. The Vortex glass is very clear, but like I said, the lack of the parallax, all that stuff, you're going to have to spend probably double to get the same scope features that you're getting out of the SH4J. Really nice thing. I just got done shooting at 300 yards. You get that bigger 34 diameter tube, 34 millimeter diameter tube. You're able to dial up. I think I'm having to dial up like 38 inches, something like that, to get out to 275, 300 right in there. So there you go. That's going to do it for today. Anytime you like this type of stuff, subscribe, thumbs up, and comments down below on what rifle you're picking up. Thanks for joining me today on Man Time. Get out there, have you some man time too.